Hello, Cinema Peeps.
Hello, Cinema Peeps.
I'm really regretting this top now, because every time I lean over, it's just like...
You and I are both
skin.
wearing kind of low-cut tops today.
Yeah,
We're
what the
really...
We're just like, skanky town. I'm just kidding. Literally, this isn't really a low... It's just more like every time I lean down, it just cuts off from camera.
Oh, I see, yeah.
I'll get over it. I'll get over it.
But I mean, I guess the reason why we're wearing such... I don't know, yours looks like a pretty breezy top. I'm wearing a pretty breezy top. Mm-hmm. It's freaking hot outside. So that also explains why the location's different for me. Because we old school, we have an old school house, so there's no built-in AC. So it's a lot of fans, a lot of open windows, a lot of sweating. So if you see my forehead glisten every so often, that's why. It's very hot in my house right now.
Looks great.
But yeah, I decided to come down to where it's cooler.
I think it looks great.
Thank you,
You
yes.
got the awesome posters, got the curtains in the back.
Some of you may recognize the background from some of our previous videos in Cinema Gals.
So, I think it works.
Yeah.
That was my thought. Yeah, we just got AC, so...
Oh, yeah? Lucky.
To be fair, it doesn't change my life. The basement's always been cold.
Yeah.
But now, instead of, walking up every step, you can just feel the heat coming back if you try to go up one level. Yep. Now the house just stays at a nice temperature.
I mean, I love the good weather, but yeah, when you're inside, when you have to work, it's awful.
Someone posted that meme where it was he's like, I complain about it not being summer, but then when it's really warm, I still complain.
Yep. It's a never-ending cycle.
Pretty much. I always find something to complain about.
Yep.
Speaking of things to complain about, we don't have a Flash episode to critique this week, so what the fuck are we supposed to talk about?
I know, right? I mean, I feel like the last 3 episodes have been very Flash oriented, so I feel like we could give everybody a break and maybe try to talk about something else.
I don't think so.
Well, considering next week's episode is going to be a doozy anyway, so we're going to be feeling all the feels. So I feel like we just let's take a break, do something, get prepared, and then get ready.
Right. Well, me and my family finished watching WandaVision, and we just started Falcon and Winter Soldier last night.
I saw your Snapchat. I was like, wow, you're already at, Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I forgot to do WandaVision. I was just, laying there. I was like, fuck it. And by the time I remembered, I was like, oh, we're on episode 6. Whatever. I'm not gonna bother.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's only, what? Is it 10 episodes?
9 episodes.
9 episodes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was it was fun rewatching it, especially just seeing more and more this time around.
Yeah.
What was one of the big things was because we've done this whole marathon.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that one agent, who I've already now forgotten his name, the Asian guy. Mm-hmm. What was his name? Nope. Blank and blank and blank blank.
I feel like it started with a J.
Jimmy. Yeah,
Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy. Yeah, nailed it. Thank you. I didn't realize he's in Ant-Man 2.
Oh, okay.
As the parole officer. Totally blanked on that. And then his introduction to Officer Rambo was that he flashes his card and he does the magic trick. And that was the whole thing in Ant-Man 2 where he was like, oh yeah, I'm learning all these magic tricks. And Jimmy's like, can you show me how? But it was a brief, you blink, you miss it. But I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's from I just couldn't believe it. I was like,
cool.
Unbelievable. But it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just I don't know, dissecting it more was really fun. I tried especially because all the intros are homages to different TV shows.
Yeah.
I tried to pay attention more to the song they were always singing, which always had to actually theme around the episode, which was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Especially, what was it? The Malcolm in the Middle one. There are references to being stuck and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, is this all real? Or is it love? And you're like, oh. Just so many more extra Easter eggs. So that was really fun. Although I'm not quite sure. It seemed to be a mixed bag with my parents.
Oh, really?
My mom constantly was like, do I have to be on drugs to understand this? I was like, I don't think so. Shows me the comment she thought the writers were on drugs, which I don't know why it's really funny to me. Because, I don't know. Maybe you'll share. Like we both found it very interesting. Like, it was fun to talk about.
Yeah, it was creative and, right? Like, a good use of imagination, I thought.
Right? And I thought they did, like, all these, like, awesome homages to TV shows. It's still, like, I was thinking, like, wow, these guys are, like, I'm thinking, like, people like the writers and the creative team are so awesome. And my mom was like, are they on drugs? Like, how does this and I was like, cool, the one thing I really like you think is made from drugs. Okay, that's fine, that's cool. That's fine, that's cool.
Did your mom not watch any of those shows growing up?
She enjoyed the first 2 episodes, I think, because they did. She's like, oh yeah, like, even the first episode, she was like, oh, like, that's kind of like Bewitched. And I was like, that was more for, like, the second one. Mm-hmm. But when I made the reference to the Dick Van Dyke Show, she was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she kind of enjoyed piecing the mystery together. Or what kind of annoyed me is that she pointed something out really early on about Agatha, and I couldn't believe I didn't think of it.
Oh?
Because she keeps mentioning her husband, Ralph, but you never see Ralph.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that should have been, like, the first indicator. But I think, and I was thinking about it, of why maybe that, like, I didn't clue in, is that is kind of a trope in sitcoms sometimes.
Mm-hmm, yep.
The first thing that came to mind was, I think it was my friend who mentioned it with the show Home Improvement, where there was, like, the neighbor next door who you never saw his face. So I think that's probably why, like, it wasn't a big deal to me, you know, that you didn't see Ralph, because I was like, oh, it's just, like, this character trope, like, my husband. So it's like, oh, yeah, maybe you just don't see him very often, you know?
Yeah.
But my mom, right away, where's Ralph? I was like, fuck, get off it.
Oh my gosh.
And for WandaVision, I think it worked out quite well, especially, and maybe, I don't know if they formatted it this way, but it feels like there's, like, weird 3, like, episode arcs, if that makes sense. Like, the first 3, like, you are in WandaVision.
Yeah.
Right? And then the start of the next one is you find out, oh, like, here's all these agents, here's the world,
mm-hmm.
You know, you got those 3, and then the start of the last 3, it's like, oh, you find out it's Agatha, and then it's the work to the climax.
Yeah.
So, oddly, that worked the way we split it up, but I don't know, maybe it might be different for Winter Soldier. I don't know. I was mostly just going off the fact, I was like, these ones are 30 minutes, so we could squeeze in 3, that's an hour and a half-ish.
Yeah.
Whereas Winter Soldiers are almost an hour.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll have to, like I said, I'll be interested to see if they like this one better versus the other one. But
yeah.
I don't know, all personal taste.
Yeah.
And it was really funny, because after I was making fun of my parents for being like, oh yeah, like, they were in it for the long haul, but they were, like, not ready.
Mm-hmm.
But after we watched Spider-Man, and I was like, alright, that's the last one, my parents were like, what? I was like, yeah, like, that's the last movie. Like, there's not one out for a while.
Yeah.
My mom was really sad about that for some reason. So I was like, what? Go from, like, I can't do this, to, like, what do you mean there's not enough?
Yeah.
So, we'll have to see. Like I said, probably by the time we do that, we'll be watching Loki, probably, most likely.
Yep.
But I think this Friday, Raya and the Last Dragon comes out for free finally on Disney+. So
oh, nice. Awesome.
Maybe we'll have to take our break and watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for that. They also have a behind the scenes, because I guess I didn't realize that the main girl had to do a lot of her voice acting from home, so she had to make her own, like, sound booth and stuff. So
oh, really? That's cool.
I want to see that. I think that'd be really cool.
That's kind of neat.
Improvising,
right?
Even in times
you can make
crises.
a movie from anywhere.
Right? I was actually watching 8 Simple Rules on Disney+, a matter of fact.
I saw that, yeah.
Gosh, it's still such a good show.
It is a good show.
And I mean, man, that show kind of got the shit kicked out of it pretty early on.
Yeah.
You know, with the unfortunate loss of John Ritter.
John Ritter, yep.
But what makes me mad is that I know there's 3 seasons, but there's only 2 up on Disney+. I don't know what the hell's with this Elusive 3rd season. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I own the first 2 seasons on DVD, but, like, there's nowhere where the 3rd season's ever sold.
Really?
So I feel like I'm either losing my mind, because, like, at the time when I was, to be fair, it was, like, HMV, you know,
yeah.
Back in those good old days, you know? And I feel like, well, if HMV doesn't have it, who has it?
Yeah.
But yeah, this Elusive 3rd season is just, like, never made available. Which
wow,
is
not even Amazon?
I should Google that. So I'm just like, well,
This entire podcast is
anywhere.
just us Googling shit.
I mean, when is it not? Let us cut around that shit. There is no season 3.
What happened to season 3?
I don't know. And again, maybe IMDb's lying to me. Yeah, there is nothing that pops up.
Huh.
So yeah, I don't know what is with this Elusive 3rd season, unless I'm losing my mind. But on IMDb it says there's a 3rd season. They have, it's listed. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of, maybe, I don't know, maybe you won't remember. This show is weird. There's a show we watched as kind of kids, and it's the weirdest show. It only has 11 episodes, but it's a Canadian-made TV show. I think it was on... Was it on Cartoon? I think it was on Teletoon. Yeah, that's how it was, on Teletoon. And it was like, now like thinking about it, it's kind of a weird show. Like, I'm even surprised it got made when it did.
Yeah.
It's called Cyber 6. I believe that's what it was called. Did you ever? It was about this like lady who's like a mix of Carmen Sandiego and the Zorro guy. And she would go out and fight crime. And she had a Black Panther as a sidekick.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right? But then by day, she was like a dude. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I ever watched it, but I think I remember like seeing
The opening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Canadian-made television show. It only has 11 episodes, and it was so bizarre.
Wow, weird.
I can't remember if, like, I don't think she was an alien or anything, but there was a lot of aliens or creatures that would come, and that's what she would fight.
Okay.
With her Black Panther.
Huh.
I don't I don't know who, like, and there was, this detective guy, and then, by day, like, she would, like, assist him. So, I mean,
It sounds vaguely familiar to me. I feel like if I saw a picture of it, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, okay, that show. But like, yeah.
Right. And I mean, like, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she posed as a male during the day. Which, as a child, I was like, you know what? That's genius.
No one would ever know.
Right? But then, like, thinking about it more lately, I was like, how did the show even get made? Like, I am sure, like, and I mean, it only lasted 11 episodes, so somebody obviously axed it.
Yeah.
But just, like, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
I'm surprised, like, shit like that passes. I'm like, how?
Well, honestly, it wasn't the worst thing. Like, I feel like especially
true.
Teletoon, there were some bizarre kids
Right.
shows. Like Kid Paddle. Did you ever watch Kid Paddle?
No.
Oh, Kid Paddle was bizarre. There was, like, all the Teletoon at night, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all those ones were strange, yeah. There was a show, I think it just started airing on, like, the Game Show Network not too long ago. I'm, like, thinking in my head, trying to think of, like, the name of the title. I don't know if you've seen it at all, but it looks kind of fun. It's, like, they take miniatures. It's, like, miniature sets, so, like, a train set, or, like, they have a miniature bank, or miniature grocery store, and the whole challenge is that you have, like, it was, like, 3 contestants on a team, and they had to, like, do certain things within the miniature set. So, like, the grocery store one, it was, like, you had to stack mini pop can bottles in, like, a pyramid under a certain amount of time.
Oh.
Or, like, there was one with, like, a moving train, and you had to, like, time it right so that, like, the gold nuggets that you had in your hand, you had to, like, time it so that it would slide down and hit, like, go into the train cart at the right time. And then there was another one, it was, like, a bank heist, so you had to each, like, work as a team. One person had to, with tweezers, like, pick up these little, like, access cards and put them in the slot. The second person had to flick little dynamite sticks at the, like, bank safe to, like, open it up. And
Okay,
then the third
that
person,
sounds fucking cool.
right? And then the third person had to, like, there was a helicopter that came down and they had to balance the little tiny, like, stacks of money on the little, like, crate at the bottom of the helicopter. It was so cool. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's, like, Small Change or something weird like that. But yeah.
I'm invested.
Right? It was a fun show to watch.
That reminds me of actually a project we had to do in grade 5 where we had to make a miniature house.
Oh, yeah.
But we had to it was all about circuits. So we had to, it was basically like a home security system.
Okay.
But basically you were just creating these short circuits. So, like, I think you had to do 2 to 3 maybe. Yeah, so a lot of them, I remember because we had our front door and it had a magnet, so basically if you opened the door and it touched, then the buzzer would go off. I think we had another, and basically, yeah, you're just making all these little closed circuits to, like, as a home security system. Again, the whole idea was just magnets and closed circuits and how do they work.
Yeah.
And how does electricity work. But I remember that being a really fun project because we actually, I think you had to be judged by, like, you had to actually, like really, like, deck out the house.
Okay.
And another thing, which made it kind of hard, is that, because the idea is you had to make this house, like, deck it out with the furniture and stuff, but you also had to hide all the wires.
Okay.
So like a real security system, you couldn't really see it. Which kind of was kind of fun, kind of not, because sometimes then, if you were doing too much, like, say, hot glue, or, like, too much to try to cover it up, the circuits, like, wouldn't work properly.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the only drawback to that, but I remember, like, that was a big part of the grade.
Okay.
Was to hide it, so then...
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know why
that fun.
From 5th grade, that was probably one of the funnest projects.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I remember having to do, for a science fair in, like, I think it was grade 5 or 6 or whatever, everybody got to pick something different, so I ended up doing, like, a circuit thing, and my dad actually had a bunch of, like, miniature train model sets from when he was a kid.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So we, like, set up this little, thing. He had a big crane, so it was, like, one of those big construction cranes, and it moved on a motor. So we were able to, like, hook up a giant battery to the motor, and, like, that was my whole demonstration, was to show how I could hook it up to power this crane so that the crane would, like, take the little crates and, like, drop them into the train caboose underneath. Working with miniatures is awesome.
Well, there was all those videos I think we've shared with each other with, like, the little kitchen where they're, like, making, like, mini cakes
the tiny
or stuff
kitchens.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, again, what the fascination is with, like, the small things, miniatures, small things. They're just weirdly satisfying and just, like,
it's just,
I don't know.
yeah, it I don't know, it pleases the inner child in most people, I think, because, like...
Maybe that's what it is. Oh, yeah, and I've seen videos on, like, Facebook where, yeah, like, they'll make, like, I think I saw someone actually make a miniature box of crayons by hand. They were making all school supply themed stuff, and it was just amazing how much detail they were putting into it, because I was like, fuck, I could not do that. Right? I don't have good hands. Like, it's just like, whew, like, props to those guys. Like, motherfucking props.
Have you seen the ones where it's, I can't remember what the channel is. I know, like, Jenna Marbles did with her boyfriend when they had a hamster before, but it was like this guy would cook miniature dishes for their hamster and set up, like, a little restaurant for them, and, like, it was so cute.
I think my brother showed me a majority of those videos one time.
Yeah.
Again, just all this work, and it's like, bon appetit. Oh, heat. Oh, no, heat. Okay.
Sometimes it's like, and he's gone.
You gotta eat it. And sometimes it's like, oh yeah, he's really going to town. Hell yeah. Or sometimes he's like, nope, please, look at the food. Look at the food. Look at the food.
Right?
Like, you would think, like, oh, this is such a niche thing, and yet, like, there's millions of views. Like, there's obviously people who watch this content, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of amazing how, like, we have the ability now just to kind of create so many, like, weird, niche-y things. And,
right?
You know, share it amongst everybody, and it's like, wow. Or you can show someone else, be like, oh yeah, I've seen that. And it's kind of cool like that. Although, and then there's my parents who are like, so what's happening? How is Vision back? Mom, can you please, like, wait, like, 3 more episodes and we can fucking talk about it? But I guess that's the great thing, you know? Creativity is just kind of open to everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
You're never too old to use your imagination.
And then you got shitty TikTok dances. I'm just kidding. I feel like that's always the thing. Like, there's, like, the, like, crazy out there ideas and just, like, these cool little things. That's always has to be weighted by, like, the fucking idiocy of some people.
There has to be a balance.
Yeah, there's a cute little video on a miniature kitchen making little miniature pancakes. Oh, here's some motherfucker trying to light his pool on fire.
Yeah.
With gasoline. With mattresses. Alrighty then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is really cute show about miniatures. This is really fun. And then boys just doing TikTok dances and somehow getting trillions and trillions of likes and views, and you just go, what? You try not to be that boomer, but you're just like, what? Back in my day, you couldn't do that shit to make money.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think there's some stuff that does work.
Yeah.
But then there's that video, and I think I'm more mad that I watched it to the end, to be honest, was this girl, and her boyfriend were dyeing her hair blue through Gatorade. And it was like, it was toothpaste. They were using toothpaste. And
is this on Facebook or TikTok?
I think it was on Facebook. And, like, they covered it with toothpaste. Which I don't know why you would do that. There was baking soda. There was, like, then you have to wrap it up in plastic wrap for so much. And then they revealed it. And I was like, wow, look. And I was like, there is no way this would work. No. And I'm more mad that I waited, because I should have known, like, the first 10 seconds. I'm like, if you're fucking putting toothpaste on your fucking head, like...
Honestly, I have beef with Facebook for those types of videos. They will post a 10-minute long video with a caption being like, wait till the end, oh my god, the reveal. And I have to, every time, because I the first time it happened, I fell victim to it, and there was no payoff, no outcome, no nothing. It was it was literally, I don't know if you've seen it, it's the girl who's trying to flat iron her hair or curl her hair using like hot metal like stair rails outside, and they're like, oh wait till the end, blah blah blah. Ugh. And I don't like, her hair fell off or something like that because of how hot it was or whatever. But then there's that other one that's circling around that a lot of people are doing, where it's like the girl has like a piece of paper on her shirt that says cut here, and it's like, I'm like,
fucking hate that video.
I know.
I didn't even get to the end because I was so upset, because I was like, how long is this going? I looked, and I think I wasted 3 to 4 minutes, and I was like, no, if the conclusion's not here yet. And again, I know this like is the argument of like, oh, people can't wait to watch long form media or blah blah, our brains are getting smaller, blah blah blah.
That doesn't count.
But like, fuck that shit. You can do short form content that is fucking good, but it needs to have a fucking point. I am not... Oh, girl, I'm so sorry. I just... I remember that video, and I was like, hell no.
I get it completely. It is like, that video does not count as long form media. If there's no real payoff or anything beneficial to me that you're providing me, don't do it. Like, I get it if it's like, oh, by the end she proposes to him and like they get married. Like that one-off video, sure, that's cute. But when like it's like every time I end up like either going near that like what to watch section of Facebook, that's always the first video, and it's always different people doing it, and I'm like, nope, sorry,
I think that's the problem, right? One person does it, then everyone else follows suit. And who knows, maybe people, and again, I think that's a big reason, I guess, why TikTok is really big, is that there is this form of creativity, whereas you can take something that someone does and you can do it yourself. Sometimes people don't do it creatively, but other people will then take it, they'll, what is that called? The collab thing, or they'll add on to this idea, and then it's like this forever machine, and I think that's really cool, but I don't like the byproduct of people who are just lazy, and they're like, oh, this is what's trending, I'm gonna do that. So then, you're just filled with the same bullshit, and it's like, okay, this wasn't good to begin with, and you're not doing anything to improve it, and now I go, nope. Although I did, because maybe, I don't know if machines are listening to me, because I was skipping a lot of those videos, I actually ran to these two guys, because there's always like so many food hack videos, and I wonder at this point, I was like, do some of these even fucking work? And that's what these two guys do. They'll like find those videos and go, okay, let's try this for ourselves and see if it works. And they're really funny too. And sometimes like it does work out. Other times they're like, nope, this did not work. So I mean, like, again, the content machine. Someone posts a clearly fake video, someone's gonna, either rebuttal to it or, and then the system continues. But sorry, point, I hate those fucking videos. They can all die.
Right? Alright then, Cinema Peeps, that's our episode for today. I've finally cooled off from sweating to death upstairs.
And I am cuddling myself with a blanket at 31.
I'm literally, I was looking at you like, I started to feel the beads of sweat forming on my forehead. Now I gotta try and go survive upstairs again in the heat.
Maybe I'm just subconsciously covering my chest. I'm like, no. No, it's actually kind of cold, so that's what I'm fucking doing.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. Yar har har and a bottle of rum. Let's see if I can do this again and not fuck up.
Take it away.
Could have pretty much wrapped it up, but I'm just here to say, if you enjoyed today's content, let us know in those comments down below. Or hell, throw us up one of those likies. Also, it'd be really nice if you subscribed, but like, you know, free world. We promise we don't make 10-minute videos that are pointless, but maybe, you know, whatever. We like to provide joy. Yeah. You find us great, cool. Throw us that subscribe. We really appreciate it. Anyways, hope you have a good rest of your week. Have a happy Tuesday, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye, cinema peeps.
Bye-bye. Monkey.
And
And slap. Pew.